Yeah.
Oh,
Ron,
Okay. Hi.
hi.
my name. You were just showing some eggs there, Nancy.
Yes, I will. Just give a second. I have eggs. I have heart eggs. I have
Wait.
throat eggs. We had a Jeffrey. We don't have Jeffrey anymore.
I know I unplugged myself by accident.
It's that kind of morning, guys. I have 5 throat chakras and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 heart chakras, and I have 5 more eggs coming this week. So for people who have said, I want to get an egg, but I don't want to stress you out, buy an egg. Having them sit here looking at me stresses me out. So. And also, I did this week.
Beautiful.
Oh, that one's unique.
It's Gaia. And it's going to get packed up and mailed tomorrow. So
Beautiful.
that's what I do when I'm not on Scott's channel discussing current events.
Right. And I have handmade t-shirts, and I have astrology t-shirts, and I have beautiful scarves, and we all offer readings.
Mm-hmm.
And Scott was my guest this week on Tarot Tuesdays. It's a series I started. Nancy was my first guest, and Scott is my 10th guest.
Mm-hmm.
So every week I have I try every week to have a different reader on, and we discuss one card and going through the entire deck. So check it out on my channel.
Yeah, I caught up and listened to all of them. It's a neat conversation how one card can affect your life.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Or influence a reading or whatever. It's a good discussion.
And it's one of those things when you're a reader and you're training, it's one of the things you do when you're meeting, because the only way you can learn how to read cards or do these things is to have the material and do it. And I used to make them. One of the assignments was after they finished my class, they pulled a card and just wrote a quick little paragraph about how it hit them. Because it's the only way you're going to learn to work with these things.
Right.
So.
He was through.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see what's up with Fani Willis, huh?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
This is Georgia. She's got her special investigation going
Right.
for the special grand jury.
Mm-hmm.
Subpoenaed Lindsey Graham, Rudy, a bunch of lawyers. First, she wants to know if she's going to be safe. She's got plenty of protection, angelic protection, so she can get her work done. She seems like a Spitfire. Gonna get her done.
She's a Spitfire, but she is in a lot of trouble. She's in a lot of danger. There's a lot of people plotting against her that don't want her thing to go through because they understand for him that's the easiest one for people to understand. And she's very aware of this, so she's gonna be okay. But yeah, she's got the right people around her trying to protect her, but she really needs it. These people would kill her.
Yeah.
Not that would stop it, because the other people behind her. But
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of things in the backside that are kind of scary too. There are energies that want her to walk away.
mm-hmm.
My first 3 are bad.
Mm-hmm.
Here's walk away, Knight of Swords energy, and then my lost card. So she's getting the threats. There's a lot of negative energy that want her to walk away, but I do have a lot of protection around her, though. She will complete her mission. I have the Wheel of Fortune. She's got angels around her, and then King of Cups protection around her too. So She has angelic protection. She will finish the job, and she will be indicting everyone that's criminal.
One of the holdups has been, I don't know if you guys heard it, but they had to reinforce the courthouse for bombs.
Well,
Yeah, I guess she's going to be okay too. She's going to stay her
I
ground.
think so too, because I have my tower come out too. That could be bombs and whatnot.
Yeah, there's a lot of chaos and threats around this, but I think she's going to be okay.
Yeah, I think so too. I have the racists protecting her. I have, more protection. I have a community around her. I don't have any negative cards actually.
Yeah, I did have a lot of angelic, but the negative ones came out of the threats. So it's a scary thing.
The negative ones I had was just the level of the threat, that it's even greater than probably we understand.
It's just crazy, these people that you heard the Adam Kinzinger reporting of all
the threats he's getting.
It's just insane. And even that other guy that was helping Raffensperger, he came out and spoke, and he's like, "It's enough." Came out and spoke. Like, they were getting it back then. It's still going. What conscious mind person would call and make these threats?
Have you heard their voices?
Yes.
Okay. And
I
I
know.
live in a state full of those voices, and trust me, I've seen the most scared I think I ever was in a public meeting was when ACA was up, when that was coming up. I went to a congressman's meeting here, and I've been to Pete Sessions meetings before, and I went in with a bunch of my friends because we wanted to push our point of view, and they had to move us 3 times because of the number of people that showed up. There were people in there with skeletons hanging from American flags, and there were, I was sitting there, and there was a woman in front of me, and she had a big purse, and she was a nurse, and she was like, she was sort of okay when she first got there, and then we began to realize she had a big purse because she had a big bottle. And as the evening wore on, she got drunker and drunker and drunker, and finally she turned around, and I thought she was going to hit me, and she said, "You're not going to hurt my grandchildren." And I went, "Oh, I'm not. You're right." But, and one of the women at the end of our row went and got a cop and said, "This woman's incredibly intoxicated. She needs to be taken out of here." But the whole room, all the rest of them weren't getting drunk. They just came in crazy, but she stoked it. I didn't go to another congressman's meeting after that. So.
Thank you, Linda.
Is there anything else we can think of for Georgia?
I think they've got it handled, and I think sometimes when we dwell on that part of it, we pull it in. So I think we just put love and light around her and understand she's smart enough to take care of herself. She's, no offense, she's a black woman in Georgia that got that far, so she knows.
Definitely. Let's go to Lindsey Graham quick.
Okay.
Because he says he's not going to comply with the subpoena.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, so a senator on a judiciary committee can just ignore a subpoena. Surely not.
He can. The law he's clinging to is wrong. You can't arrest him for things he says, like in the Congress on his official duties, but that doesn't give them license to go out and hurt other people. So, yeah, Lindsay's a little bit nuts.
Okay, so what's the question?
What's gonna happen? What's the scenario gonna happen with him trying to defy Georgia's subpoena?
Okay, do we make that like a yes, no? Like, will he be able to defy, or
whatever you sense with it? if
Okay.
he's gonna have to comply, or our cards will figure it out.
Okay.
He's defying a lawful subpoena.
Mm-hmm.
What's the ramifications?
Okay.
I'm getting once he's forced to by a different authority, he's gonna go in.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much what I got.
Because right now he's just like, the law is the law.
Right.
You just can't get by it. You can't get. This is different than a 1/6 committee.
Mm-hmm.
So I have my here's the committee, or the
Right.
law house kind of feeling,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have the Ace of Cups, and then the Moon. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's a nonsensical argument when I'm getting with those three, with the Moon coming.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have page of coins, page of cups, and the Tower. So that means he gets another offer or something, another judgment here, and then he has a Tower. He's like, I gotta go.
Okay.
That's what I feel with those three together. So it's something new, maybe another judge or someone says, you have to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then bottom of the deck, I do have the subpoena kind of feeling with the documents and whatnot. So he's got to go. No prison comes up here with my card, so I think he figures out he has no choice.
Right. What you got, Jeffrey?
Yeah, I got something similar. I got, this club hitting him over the head. And then I have like the police coming after him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have like there's, he's going to try to negotiate, but he's in league with the devil.
Of course.
And then he's like, oh, we're going to put it on pause. But at the end of the day, this is a sacrifice, right? But it's going to take some time. But at the end of the day, yeah, this is what's going to happen. He's going to lose.
Yeah, I have that. This was his own little plot. This is the 7 of Wands. He's trying to figure out how to get out of this. And he made an ill-tempered decision to say, I'm not going to show up. But then her subpoena is going to stand, and he's going to try to drag it out as long as he can, hoping that it all falls apart by election season. But Georgia doesn't have those rules that we don't prosecute politicians during elections. So he's going to go down. And I think what's going to happen is, and I'm getting an inkling of this from talking to my friends that are raising money. A lot of the Republican big donors are telling him, get the hell out of this. Do what you're supposed to do. Don't. And so he's looking at losing money.
Oh, Miss Lindsay. In league with the devil, and you're eventually going to go down.
Lindsay's got his state all covered with fainting couches, but now he probably has to move some to Georgia. So,
Yeah, kind of icky question. For entertainment only, does the former guy use thugs?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just go that way. Does he use thugs for president? They always say he's in league. Michael Cohen always says he's a mob boss.
Okay, what I got is there's a lot about this we don't know, but when he wants to end something, he'll use intimidation. He wouldn't kill somebody. I don't know what y'all see, but he wants to, but he won't.
Yeah.
Wow. who knows here? I do have some secrets behind in the dark side, kind of, and then the messenger. So
Right.
there's your secret threats trying to hide it. Um, it's not telling me here or in thoughts that he hires killers. It's more of like bankrupting people.
Yeah.
He'll just, and we've seen that in the news, whatever. But he'll just sue until people are broke and give up.
Right.
But who knows? I do have the illusions too. The Seven of Cups, like there may have been. I mean, there's been a lot of stories, like back in the day with that. You had 5 executives in a helicopter just crash. There's been fires in his buildings that he owns. So there's things that have happened. But my throw is just saying all about secret pressures and just suing people till they're broke. According to this toss, anyway.
Yeah, I get that. I really get that. He likes to be the fat cat, you know. And I also get, you know, like he's thought of it, but then it's almost like there's almost like a conscious thing going on. He's like, oh my God. He's sort of like, it's like too much for him to handle. This is what this is what he's interested in. He's interested in being the star. That's all he's interested in. He's just interested in being the star. That's his thing. That's his thing. He just wants to be the star. That's all he cares about. He's so busy like looking at the glamour of the star that like, you know, he gets like, you know, seduced. I didn't get any like violent parts.
Well, I think it's another one of his wannabes, but
Fun. Gavin Newsom. A little early, but he's getting himself in the news. California. We're talking about what? Saying the other day they're going to try to make their own insulin in California.
They passed a bill. The state's going to manufacture insulin and sell it to people at the cost of what the insulin actually is.
Good deal. He's also placing ads against Ron DeSantis.
Yep.
Which is pretty nice. What's Gavin's end game?
His end game is he's tired of waiting for people to make moves, so he decided he's going to be the spokesman, and he's going to go after the little clowns he doesn't like. Yes, he would like to run for president, but I think he's willing to wait. He doesn't think 2024 would be his year because he still needs to build more base and security with people with money. And I don't think he'd go after Biden if he wanted to run. I mean, if Biden's going to
run.
What'd you get? Different thing altogether?
It's weird. Got some negative cards. I'm trying to figure out what this is supposed to mean. Oh. So if you're ready, Jeffrey, go ahead. I'm still thinking.
Okay. Well, I'm really thinking about it, but what would I have to give up? What would I have to give up? Right? Because there's always that element of, you know. And then I get Diablo. So it's kind of like, you know, is it because I think he's like wondering to himself, is it because I'm addicted to the power? Like what's really going? I'm not really sure. I get he would get support. He would get financial support. And he's really contemplating it. But I think he's going to wait for the gift. I think he's going to wait for an offer. It's like he's almost waiting for like the Democratic machine or, you know, somebody in big power to say, oh, I can help you. But the one that can help him might be a little bit, there might be strings attached over here, right?
Yeah.
So, I think it's floating around in his head, but he hasn't made a definite. There's no like yes, but it's definitely he's contemplating it. He's definitely contemplating it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he likes to, be, they're politicians. They have egos. Look how important I am. This, that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I get he's thinking about it, but I think he's waiting for like more support.
Yeah, and I think doesn't want to risk splitting the Democratic Party up by making a run against Biden if Biden's staying.
Yeah, 'cause I don't have a definite, that's my end game goal. But I also have in my deck, the devil card coming out too. That kind of confused me. This is my devil death kind of card here. Self-imposed stuff with, the Eight of Swords, and then I have money available, hard work. And then I have similar cards here would be in the messenger seeking truth, and then darkness and spirits. And I think he's going after evil more than he's running for 2024. I think he's just being a stand-up guy more so right now. And then if it plays out that I'm doing the right thing and people have support, then he'll run.
Right.
If you're going after DeSantis, who's an evil, evil man, doing nothing for his people, I think he's just trying to show the evil and actually be a stand-up person. If no one else, the Democrat is going to put out he has more power and say than the DNC or whatever putting out a video on DeSantis.
Well,
my final cards are the Magician, Moon, and Knight of Cups.
Oh, really?
So that doesn't make any sense to me, but the Magician is master of all. I have the power, but I'm going to do it in secret, and I have good support, loving energy, So that it makes me feel like everything I'm getting, because I'm getting the darkness side, and restrictions, but there is support, but I'm going to be the messenger. I'm going to be the messenger. I'm going to bring out facts, truth, bring that energy where it's supposed to be. So it's not cards of like, boom, this is my end game. It feels more like a truth teller. Like, I'm going to do things for my people, and I'm going to expose others. But it is interesting he's going after DeSantis, who on the right, could be the leader that way. So I think he's more of a truth teller. In the end game, it could bring down the supposed number one on the right. Well, right now, it just feels like he's exposing the
governors go after each other periodically, because Texas has gone actively and run a lot of stuff in California. Come over here, you don't have to pay the taxes you pay in California. I'm going to tell y'all, if you're thinking about that and you're in California, you also won't have roads you can ride on, electric that works. There's a lot of downsides, but this has happened between states before.
One of the states compete with each other.
Right, and there's a lot of businesses in Florida that could transfer to California and be just fine.
Do you remember if didn't Gavin just get elected in 2020?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he will be up after run for something again in 2024.
Right. I don't know if they have term limits on their governors.
Oh, that's a good point too.
Yeah.
Some of them have to step away after 8 years or something, right?
We have it in theory, but because Greg Abbott got put in after Rick Perry left, he's only been elected once, so he can run this time. Otherwise, we'd be rid of the little clown.
Dang it.
Dang it,
That's not right.
The city rules that work in both directions. Okay. Yeah.
Hoo hoo hoo. All right. Did you see all this, Jeffrey?
Yeah.
The news about
How do we put that?
Medicaid and Comey had IRS audits on them. Extreme one.
Mm-hmm.
They were talking in the news. It's probably like 1 in 500,000 or something chance, something like that,
Mm-hmm.
of both of them in the Trump orb getting an IRS audit. And then, Michael Cohen went back to jail because he was writing a book. So, did Trump use his power to target them?
Mm-hmm.
Or they both just hit the lottery with a
No.
IRS audit?
Oh no, he did it. Um, he planned it. It was part of his foundations to harass him. He didn't like the fact that they were still getting good press. It was very intemperate of Trump to do that. I keep getting a lot of out of balance cards. He negotiated it with the people and got Mnuchin to do it, and they carried forward what he wanted them to do. So, yeah, he knew about it the whole way along.
Yeah.
If you remember, the last president we had who did that was called Nixon.
Odd. So the IRS guy is Charles Reddick, but I have a female card coming out that assisted more than Reddick. I have a Queen of Wands that initiated this.
Oh well, for entertainment purposes only, he did it through Mnuchin. So I think Mnuchin would qualify as the Queen of Wands.
Hmm.
I don't like that man.
Well, I don't either. So he's a Treasury. He was Treasury. Charles Reddick is the IRS head or whatever. And we do know that Mary Barr, Bill Barr's daughter, got moved over to the Treasury as a
Mm-hmm.
lawyer. So some connections there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it's just my toss. I got a Queen of Wands creating that action of making it happen. So whoever this Queen of Wands is created it. There was some kind of illusions and secrecy about this actions, and then I had the Page of Swords, which means yes, it was not on the up and up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, weird that I have females. I don't have like the males, but I guess I'd have to clarify. But it was definitely a hit, or
Oh
not a
yeah,
hit, but a
set up.
Yeah,
setup.
I get the similar. I get, we're going to do it. We're going to do whatever it takes to do it. And because it's delusion, keep the focus away from me, keep the focus away from me, keep the focus away from me. It was a typical deflection sort of. Yeah. Yep.
Mnuchin is Dr. Evil.
Yep. No, I think the reason you see a woman is because audits come out in different divisions, and they got audited out of around the Washington area, and the head of the audits in that area could have been a woman. I just threw the cards that a woman was in charge of the office. And the IRS, they're good little foot soldiers. I had a close friend who worked for them, and her job was to spy on all the other people in the IRS to make sure they weren't having anything that could compromise them so they could be bought if they went into a big audit. You talk about a nasty, evil job. And I was just surprised at how this was back in the 80s, but what they held over them to keep them in line.
That's crazy. Craziness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What is Nanette, is there a way to stop Abbott from taking immigrants back across the border? Is there a way?
Yeah, elect Beto in November.
Yeah, that would help a lot. I like it a lot.
I like that one.
I like it a lot when Beto wins. Is there a way to stop Abbott from being an evil man? Basically, that's the question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think our federal government's suing him for something or other.
Mm-hmm. I got not right now because the laws aren't in place. The way things are set up, he has all the power over this part of it. But, and it's a very misguided, nasty, backhanded effort. And he's going to move forward with it because he thinks it wins him votes. There's a lot of strength within the state, but it's going to topple him. He's not going to be the emperor after it. But I don't think the way the state is currently structured that anything internal to the state's going to stop him. And he's getting more from doing bad things than he is from being stopped. So.
I think he's having nightmares. I think the angels above are getting to him.
Good.
Because he's an evil man.
Go, angels, go.
I have energy. I don't know. Some reason these three together, starting out with the Moon, Queen of Cups, and Hermit, for some reason it's telling me he's getting afflicted by nightmares. Kind of like we were talking about years ago, like, are the ex-presidents, causing Trump to go crazy in the White House kind of thing? You know what I mean? Nightmares, bad feelings, that's some reason this is why it's coming up with the Hermit there and those together. But there is an investigation that is, the federal government coming down on him, whether it's secret or otherwise, it does have him scared. We had the whole Uvalde thing that they were lying about, and there's just a lot of little things, and I think he's really worried about the election. He's going to lose. Mm-hmm. But I think behind the scenes there is energy of investigations that he's worried about. That, because this is my investigation card, FBI, looking at things, universal energy and united in the right cause. And so I think there's things behind the scenes that really scare him. And I have the bottom of the deck. I have my 9 Ten of Swords, which is like stabbed in the back. Things having problems. He's very anxiety ridden. So there's issues. And that's also my nightmares card too. So there's a lot of destruction. He's not gonna. I definitely think no, he's not gonna win. But there's investigations of stuff he's trying to squash and get out of, kind of feeling. Weird. But right now, as far as the border thing, you just gotta let the system run its course. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, there's nothing major. It's like, you got something else, Jeffrey? You down or?
No, I get this is who he thinks he is. I'm the king. I could do whatever I want. But then I have, people trying to stop him. There's like this energy of them trying to stop him and lots of ideas, but none of them really come to anything. They're going to try this and try that and try this and try that, but nothing really gels. Mm-hmm. And then they have to go back and rethink about it, and but this part doesn't really move either. Mm-hmm. So they're thinking about it and they're trying to figure stuff out. But at the end of the day, what he's done has really led to a lot of heartbreak and heartache. And I think that's actually going to affect people when they vote, because something new is going to come, like a judgment is going to come. I think that this I think that there are more people who feel like this is really the wrong thing to do. It's one thing to block people at the border, but to like send them back, it's a little too sticky. It's a little too cruel. So I think that's going to be, at the end of the day, that's going to be his end. He thinks it's his future, but I think it's going to be his end.
Everything I've heard in the news and what he's done there, with the electricity thing that winter and the stopping the truckers and the billions are lost to the economy and coronavirus, everything, it's like, how can anyone actually want to vote for that man? It's just mind-numbing.
Because they have power if they're in the Republican Party, and they very much favor their own, and they have a take no prisoners mentality. And people in most places, they want to vote for what they think are the winners, and they got set up to be the winners, and then they made sure they perpetuated it. So that's, and you talk to people here, and some people have a very different view about him, but I've always thought, when you make your fortune because you unfortunately were hit by a tree and crippled, so you sued the homeowners and their insurance company paid you millions of dollars, and the first thing you do when you get in the house, in the Texas State House, is start a bill so that other people can't do that. and it won, so that other people, if somebody else gets hit by a tree, they can't benefit the way he did. So that's the kind of man you're talking about.
You see the one right next to that, Mayor Pete is moving to Michigan? Huh.
Well, he lives in Indiana, so maybe he feels like he has better chances there for some reason. I have no idea.
I don't know what's going on there. Anyway. Okay. Do you know about Alex Holder there, Jeff?
Do I know about what?
The guy here. You said you don't always catch up with the news and what's going on.
I know. I have no idea.
Okay. This is a British documentarian that followed 45 around and has a ton of stuff on tape. Inside information. He's got a movie or documentary that's going to be played, but he's been testifying to the January 6th committee.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows who else. But there's a lot of secret information that was truthful that they have on tape.
Mm-hmm.
So,
while they were running around the White House plotting this, they were letting a documentarian film them.
You know what I'm getting right away?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he was guided to do it. What I'm getting right away is it was such a blessing that he was doing it, because now they really have everything on tape. It's almost like he was guided, and like the angels made the way for it to happen, because I think there's a lot there. That's what I'm getting right away.
That's what my cards told me, was nothing was hidden from him. Nothing was kept from him. And they thought he was like just this great guy, and he was not telling them the whole truth, because the Knight of Swords upside down is pretty duplicitous. And he's a good messenger. Uh-huh. And he's going to bring to light a whole lot of stuff, and it's not going to be anything they want known. He was part of the film crew that was filming at the hotel where they had the war room. And then part of his crew was filming when Roger Stone said, "We got to get the hell out of here," when he realized it wasn't going to work. I mean, they've got all this, and they handed over all their film, and even the things that didn't make it to the documentary. So,
yeah, I'm sure. Well, I guess the question is, what's being eliminated, which she's asking. But yeah, I think he has an abundance of in the documentary.
Mm-hmm.
he has an abundance of information that can't be denied.
Mm-hmm.
So I have my abundance. I have my
Mm-hmm.
abundance, and I have it's moving forward with the chariot of everything. They have it all. It can't be denied. And this
Mm-hmm.
his information will be used in the court of law.
Mhm,
Mm-hmm.
This Queen of Swords,
mhm,
Page of Swords,
mhm.
everything in the calm waters, moving on, focused. And then the bottom of the deck, I have my Ivanka card for some reason. Because it doesn't make any other sense otherwise than representing a woman of need and
Mm-hmm.
passion. So,
Well, supposedly she and Jared convinced him to let that crew in.
that's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
Yeah,
it's like
there was another crew that put had tape of the Oath Keepers or whatever in that
Mm-hmm.
in that
The parking garage.
garage. Yeah, so nothing like plotting a coup and have people tape it, right?
I don't think I don't really get it. I get abundance also. I don't get elimination. I don't really get elimination. I get like they're going to use the whole thing.
Yeah,
Use the whole thing.
I had no
Cut it
blockage.
down. That's what I get.
Yeah, I got abundance and everything with basically the Empress and Ace of Cups. That's everything.
Yeah, yeah. I got the sun.
The Sun is everything. Yeah.
Well, what I got for y'all is I've used your alien deck, and in the middle it says, "Our universe may be a mystery, but be amazed that it's all a matrix of energy. The 3D way of life may be struggling, but it's going down." And what preceded that card was relax, and female ancestor energy, because we're going to the divine feminine. And then my future card, because of this action, is transition to a higher dimension. And it said these people have the force within them to make this change happen. So this is basically what it's doing. It's sucking up all the bad guys and taking them somewhere.
Like a vacuum cleaner. Like a vacuum cleaner that's brand new that works really well.
Yes.
That card always reminds me of like when Chernobyl happened and
Mm-hmm.
that visual of the spacecraft sucking up a lot of that
Mm-hmm.
nuclear energy. And that's what's going on. We're just transferring into a better time, and we gotta let the process flow and let the criminals get prosecuted. And it takes time.
Mm-hmm.
And in the process, we're gonna have to elect a lot of Democrats in November, which is,
That's right.
I feel very good it's gonna happen.
Somebody just put on here the GOP vortex. They're just going to suck themselves.
There we go.
Maybe an interdimensional portal.
We're gonna suck them into the vortex in November.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
Marvin the Martian's gonna come and take them all.
I love Marvin.
Love that show. Love it. Just have faith. Everything's moving great. We're seeing FBI do their work, with Eastman and Clark, whatever, they're ready. And then you have these Debbie Downers out there questioning everything. It's like, you see movement. Trust the process.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a different story if we've seen our DOJ do zero.
And you, excuse
Oh,
me,
bless you.
you don't see it all. And they have grand juries running. And I've sat on a grand jury, not a federal one, a county one. And the stuff we hear in grand juries, a lot of it never gets heard of again. We make decisions on it, but they bring it out, they air it to you, and it's a very secretive process. They don't even mark the rooms we go into where we deliberate as grand jury rooms. because we're talking about some people that you don't want to invite to your dinner parties. But it is slow, and we've had them bring things in and then bring in more information later as they find out more. Thank you, Running Sloth.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Ann. Blessings.
And she's right. Her comment: Trump never met a camera he didn't love, so
Right.
he's a perfect criminal to put a camera on. Most of the rest of them make sure you don't even see their face. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he said that a long time ago with an interview or something. Any press is good press.
Yeah.
Just to keep my name in the paper.
Yeah.
Spell it right. The other one was spell it right. If you're going to put it out. Well, when you understand the percentage of votes that come from name recognition, having your name out there is important. I always sort of looked further than just the name, like who is the person behind this, and don't trust click mailer. But I was raised to know that, and unfortunately, I guess from what I hear from people, that's not part of civics education anymore. Make sure you vote for somebody who's saved.
Yeah, before I was informed, generally I just voted for the person who's been there a long time, But luckily they were good people back in the day, 20, 30 years ago. But I'm happier to be more engaged and informed. All right. We got insurrectionists who was there on that day is the Republican candidate for governor, Doug Mastriano.
My state may be crazy, but we're not that nuts.
It's a sad day for democracy when we have all these deniers and insurrectionists in candidacy to be in government, possibly.
Thank you, Marby.
And even who is that? Herschel Walker. He's just a liar. Not a good candidate. He's just the name, right?
Right.
And they voted him to represent Georgia on the GOP side.
They're going to regret that. I mean, his staff's quitting now because they're so tired of being lied to.
It's astounding. But anyway, it's gonna fail what they're doing. So what's up?
Who are we reading on? Mastriano?
Yeah, is he gonna be in jail or just lose? Because there's no proof yet that he was inside.
I don't care. I don't care if you were outside. You were pushing on the doors. So,
Right.
I got that he thinks he has a good beginning, but he's going to get hit by this club. Man's a liar, liar, pants on fire. And this card, it says materialism in my deck. Materialism is the devil, and he is. He just wants whatever can get him something, and he's going to be out in the cold. That's a 5 of Pentacles. That's a folks walking away. And he is going to be relieved of the burden of being in public office or even running for it soon. So
being relieved of the burden.
You like that? You like that?
It's like I'm at the top of the stairs, ready to make my entrance, and I fall down the stairs.
Mm-hmm. I did that once at a prom. I fell all the way down the stairs. That was the entry.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, at the band dance, because I hated heels, and my mother said, you have to wear heels if you're wearing a formal
See,
dress.
if you would have worn heels, you wouldn't have fallen.
If it had been barefoot, I wouldn't have fallen. But I really did. I fell down about 10 stairs, and they actually, the hotel called an ambulance, and they checked me over. I said, really, I'm fine. I know how to bounce. But this was when I was all of 110 pounds, guys, so there wasn't a lot of padding on that.
I'm not getting a prison for him, but the liar, liar, pants on fire is true. Everything will get exposed, and he's gonna lose.
Yeah.
There's no spiritual illumination with him. He's gonna go through some dark times. with the Hermit and the Dark Times card transitions away. But I have no like prison cards, whatever. But everything, I have all those fighting and lack of energy and problems coming up. Both fives, 5 of swords, 5 of wands, everything coming to light. And then I have decisions on what to do with him. But I think so. In the end, I mean, I'm not sensing or feeling like he's going to a prison time or jail time, but he'll be exposed for the fraud he is.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And he's going to lose.
Get out there, Pennsylvanians, and vote to relieve him of burden.
Yeah, I get, he's sitting fat, I could do whatever I want. I'm protected because I have money behind me, right? I'm going to live in my garden and do whatever I want to do. However, then I get like the court of the law coming after him, and then him saying no to the deal, the dummy. They think it's like, I could do whatever I want. Now I got away with it. I can get away with it again. And then it's really going to come down and slice him down.
Truth cometh.
Yeah. Also, with this card, not only truth. I mean, I get a lot with this card, but it's always. Because a lot of times as an ace, like I'll read this as a no, because it's there's this violence to it.
Well, when I first was reading cards, I always read the Ace of Swords upright as everything had stopped. That sword was there and you weren't getting past it. And then when it reversed, it meant you could go.
Makes a lot of sense there. Okay.
It's arrogance.
Let's see, what do I got in starred here? Chris Martin. So there's 2 more hearings scheduled next week, Tuesday and Thursday, I think.
Prime time's one on Thursday.
Yeah, I think 8-ish on Thursday. Prime time during Tucker or Hannity hour.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you betcha, Ann.
I can't tell you.
Another blue wave is coming. I have no worries at all. I have less fear about that than the Biden election.
In 24.
Or no, the 20. Because that one was so tense and worrisome. I mean, you felt it, but it's like, it's not going to be easy. Something's going to happen. It's like, eventually he won, but November feels so smooth as long as people vote. I have no fear about it. We'll probably have those guys that get 10% of the vote and fight it, that kind of thing too. But
yeah, like the woman who came in third and she thought the election was stolen from her.
Right. That is nuts.
That's a real stretch of the imagination, but and I have friends in Arizona where that woman ran, and one of my best friends from when I was like 3 years old lives over there, and she said even her hardcore Republican friends are going, this is nuts. And what they're doing is they're not the sort of folks that are going to get out and march up and down the streets against these folks, but they will stay home. They won't vote for them.
I hope they vote.
All right. What are the hearings going to look like?
Let's see. All right. What are these cards? Huh. There might be one more hearing. They're unsure of what I'm sensing here. I think there might be one more hearing depending on who comes in the meantime. There might be another overcap or some kind of new revelations. But right now it feels like There's going to be more coming out that we don't even know about.
Yeah.
I mean, I have. They're preparing for war. Basically, they're bringing
Right.
everything out that's horrible and unheard yet.
Mm-hmm.
Page of coins. Here's new information, documents, video, something of, something of tangible. Proof, not just hearsay. They're claiming back. They're bringing the proof. So I have Victory and King of Cups.
Mm-hmm.
So they're bringing great information. But what makes me think that they may have another is the Hermit and the Greed card and the Ace of Swords.
Mm-hmm.
So with the Hermit, they're contemplating something else. And something else may come in with this card. It's my Devil Death card. But the Ace of Swords coming next to there is like there's more truth and clarity to come.
Mm-hmm.
So my sense is that there may be one more. They're throwing it up there.
Mm-hmm.
Nancy?
Okay, I got. It took them forever to get these folks to come in and talk, but they got them now.
Sweet.
And they're meeting with them, and they're talking, and they have no regrets for how they've handled this because they're looking past what they didn't have and realizing what they really do have. But I don't think there's going to be, unless something comes out from that documentary, I don't think there's going to be any more revelations. I think they have enough to stand back and let the DOJ go after the other folks with the stuff they have.
What just popped in my head quick was there was more revelations from Cipollone.
Oh, yeah, Cipollone added a lot.
Yeah. So it implicates other people that, it's like, I forgot her name, but she came in, put this piece together. Cipollone decided, I better come in. He put more pieces together. So it's tying other things together in fact.
Right.
He was a banquet. He was a banquet.
Yeah.
That's what I get. I think that there is going to be more because there's so much going on here. Look, so they have this, but they still have, they're going to come back and get that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the cards don't want to come up. I get more and more coming.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get maybe international.
Oh, cool.
Might be a whole international. Well, might be. There's a whole international thing coming. It's almost like they're waiting for even more. They're looking at what they have really carefully. They are going to look at every single detail.
Mm-hmm.
And, they're going to use it. And then they're going to go and get more. I think there's even more. So I get no, we're going to keep on going and going. It was funny because somebody was saying earlier in the comments about, how long it's taking and this and that. And what I kept on thinking is it's like archaeology. It's like professional archaeology.
Mm-hmm.
You got, the little toothbrush. And it's like, oh, we're not going to take the pot out because it could break. We have to do it this and this way. It's like that. It's like that. It's like archaeology. That's what I get.
Yeah.
10 kids or 45. That's funny, Ian. Yeah. Amazing he has 10 kids.
Yeah, he does have 10 kids. That's true.
Hi, Barb. Morning.
Valeria Woodford asked what percentage of Republicans are going to stay at home. And I just ran it over my my dowsing chart. There's a way to figure out percentages on this. Cool. And I see that as high as 30% are going to sit it out.
Wow.
Really? The election?
Yep.
Just not even vote for anybody?
Not go vote for anybody. That's fine. I don't care. They want to let any person looking for blue walk through there and they're not going to cancel their vote. Stay home.
kind of relates here.
You, Jay.
Will the Democrats stop the infighting and rally for midterms? GQ.
Without my glasses, it looks like lightning. For the Democrats.
Okay, stop the infighting. Stop the infighting. I know, right? They all just need to get on message. Just call out the Republican lies if they're lying. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Renee. I guess Andrea came up with 30% also on her pendulum.
Oh, cool.
Does that make 60%?
No, honey, it's the same 30.
See how good I am at math? Maybe I should go work for the IRS.
You don't want to work for them. They follow you.
The end 30 is 60. Okay. The Democrats stop fighting.
Popcorn diminishing.
No, I get that it's a no. I get that there's going to be some people trying to pull them together. They even understand how that tears down their ability to build defenses. It stops them from reaching their goals. They're going to combine together to share what they need to know. But there's always going to be, trust me, I hate the statement people make. I don't belong to an organized political party. I'm a Democrat. So there's always going to be those naysayers. And it's just because they don't think they're getting what they should be getting fast enough. And there's a lot of, the biggest problem is that the press is covering a lot of the Democratic infighting. The Republicans are quietly slinking away. I mean, look at how many people have created groups that are no longer claiming to be Republicans. Why isn't that being highlighted in the press as this is infighting? They're taking their balls and going home.
Yeah, because they would rather point the camera at a fire or at an accident.
Yeah.
So
you think the Lincoln Project isn't a fire for them?
They want the little drama. Keep people tuned to the TV.
That's true. Don't let them buy your eyes if you don't like it.
I have no worries. It'll all straighten itself out. They'll get on message and focus because the sort of truth is coming down here, coming up with elections. The Democrats unified because DOJ Garland, it will take care of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Things will get in focus when all these lies are exposed and people are getting indicted. And it's going to happen before the election. There's a destruction of the GOP.
Mm-hmm.
It's disaster. It's coming. I totally feel this. It's going to be okay. Don't worry about who's fighting what. Just focus on our own needs and our own districts. Who we need to vote for. Put the positive energy out there. Justice is coming.
Yeah, I get sort of similar. I get no, because I have my opinion, and that one has that opinion, and that one has that opinion, and I'm all about me and my campaign, but then you're going to see how isolated they are, and then you're going to rethink it. And then finally come together. But it's gonna take what it takes. It's gonna initially be, well, I don't do this and I don't want to get on board, and, so it's gonna take what it takes to bring them into a place of harmony.
We had a lot of hermit today too, Jeffrey.
No, that was my first time today.
Yeah, I've gotten it 3 times. I've gotten it
often. I've gotten the hermit a lot today. Kind of like the standard pointing card today for some reason.
Thank you. I don't know how to say your name. JP Antle? I don't know. But thank you, JP.
Okay.
I'm going to ask if it's accurate because I can't do a decision tree with a yes/no question. You got to pick a yes or a no.
I'll be right back.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
What'd you get?
Manipulated.
Mm-hmm.
Because I threw 3 on each, and I put it together as a little story.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So for my accurate, give me a second. For my accurate, I get, this one, which is like not really seeing everything. I get this one, which is kind of running away, walking away. Also, they don't know what the past is. They're not, right? And then I get this one, which is really like, could be, manipulate, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But then that was accurate. And then for manipulated, I got this. That's definitely a manipulation. That's a definite yes, as opposed to the other one, which wasn't a definite yes. This is much more of a definite yes, these 3 together.
Yeah, I got for the manipulated, I got yes, 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 the one in the middle, which is, that's the goal of these people to try because they want to be the kingmakers. And then I got the world is what's coming forward and the moon going away. So I think they're trying to do it, but it's not going to work.
Yeah.
And then for accurate, I got no, a yes, because there's parts of it that seem to be being handled well. No, no, yes, no. So if accurate is 2 yeses and 4 nos, and manipulated was 5 yeses.
Right.
With this one in the middle. And they're doing it for their own reasons too, because they want to be the kingmaker. And they, I don't know what happened. Well, you don't buy gas in Mexico, but it's been coming down a penny a day here. And the other day it went down 2 cents. And people finally figured out that they're buying oil at $100 a gallon, $100 a barrel. And if you look at what the price was last time it was there, you're paying almost twice as much. So I think even though we don't teach math very well in this country, I think people finally figured out the folks that are putting that gas out there are screwing with the numbers. So
Yeah, if you look back at what the gas prices were per barrel back in the day, whenever, it was like $2 less at the pump.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes no sense why it's this way. So there's manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
Going to the restroom. So what was your decision?
We both got manipulated. Both
They're being manipulated.
Yeah, I'll be right back also. Water.
Okay, good.
Get it done. But yeah, I could see how people are upset. It's cutting into their money, but it's just more of an upsettedness than actual hate
And
for
more people are working now than before the plague started. We've created more jobs. And I know in several places in Texas, they have towns that you have to pay $15 an hour as the minimum wage. So, they're getting the money. The biggest problem, I think, for most people is housing, but that's a whole nother issue.
Did they talk about it? I guess I missed it. What Texas plan to vote?
Are we going to read a ban?
I'll start. I was just looking at comments and questions and whatnot. Anyway, so you've seen what Steve Bannon's trying to do?
Yeah, he's in it. I'm not going to say it because I don't want you to get demonetized. But
whatever.
STFU, Steve Bannon.
the heck of him. If YouTube can't take a joke.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard other people swear and they don't get demonetized.
I know. If you go over to some of the gaming channels, it's every other word. And those guys aren't demonetized. Of course, they have 1 million viewers, which might have something to do with it.
Yeah. There's QAnon readers or QAnon sites and they don't get unmonetized. I'm like, what the heck? I swear they must buy their likes and numbers.
I don't know.
It's out there.
I don't go over and look at them. I
don't either. I mean, but I was forwarded a few times. I looked at it. I'm like, oh my God.
Will Bannon try to make a deal to
I'll come
stay?
back. I got it. Yeah.
That one really completed joke.
I'm getting my exercise.
Okay. What's Bannon's deal?
Okay.
Is he trying to get out of jail? He says he wants to come back and testify now or something like that.
I'm going to do a big spread on Bannon because anybody who wears 2 shirts deserves a big spread. This is a thing he's totally manipulating to try and create a new environment for himself. He likes the choices he made in the past. And, jail's a wonderful political statement until you have to face going there. And then you don't want to make that your home. He's lying. Anything he comes in and says, it's going to be a bunch of lies anyway, because it's coming into his mind and his mental state. What he's afraid of is that they're going to build a case strong enough to really catch him. So he's trying to come up with a scenario so it doesn't look like he was with all those people that he was with. It's not going to work. He's going to get broken out of his happy little talk show podcast pattern, and he's not going to get anything he wants out of this maneuver. So I think they're going to get him.
Yeah. He's just trying to do something different. Create different. So I got the King of Wands. He's trying to create a different narrative. Because justice, he's burdened by the justice that's kind of come down on him. The Ten of Wands, it's all he's burdened by what justice coming down on him. So he's trying to change a different narrative. And then I had the Magician creator too, trying to change path. But it doesn't matter because they have everything they need. The Ten of Coins here, it isn't representing him having it all. It representing justice has it all. Okay? In the end, he's going to prison.
Yep.
He's going to prison. Here's the end. Here's prison. Eight of Swords, my prison card. When that comes up at the end, he's definitely going to prison. And then I had the Five of Wands, lack of energy. No focus. It ain't gonna come through for him.
What'd you get, Jeffrey?
Yeah, I threw a lot of cards. I just kept on going.
On the bottom of the deck, I had the Page of Swords, so there's going to be more indictments on him with that card.
Yeah, so I get. I'm thinking about what seeds can I plant because I've got plenty. I don't have enough room at this table, honestly. Okay. Because I have plenty of money. However, my mouth will be pried open, and they're going to get it that I'm a thief and a liar.
Thief in the night.
And I'm going to try to create an illusion, but it's going to be too much for me to handle. And then I get like this is taking him away. The end is this fast, like it's going to happen before he knows it. It's going to be like a flash, like it's going to happen before he knows it. That's what I really got more than anything. But I got a lot of, he thinks he can get away with it. He still thinks but I never read this card like this, but I really feel that they're going to open it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No.
But he's going in like, yeah, I'm the bully in class and I can still do what I want, or I always cheat on tests and I know how to cheat on tests. And, yeah, but no, not this one.
No, I got it. He's not going to be allowed to publicly testify. He's not going to be given that opportunity at all. I mean, it's like, no.
No.
So
He's, those types, they don't want to deal with them. They have other information on people. It's like, why would you want to have a criminal testify and a known liar? It just discredits everything.
well, they kept all the clown car out, when they didn't. Nancy Pelosi wouldn't allow Jim Jordan and the other guys who were all part of the plot. They didn't allow them to be there and testify. And it's so wonderful to see a congressional hearing that looks like it's run by adults.
Definitely.
So are we going to do the DOJ worried about the aftermath? I'm going to read that. Is that some reason why the DOJ has been so quiet? Because they've been trying to get a handle on those guys.
I mean, like we talked about before with all the phone calls and threats, there could be violence.
Yeah. I got absolutely. They were very worried about where these people were set up around us. And it was a real fear for them. And that's the bridge of despair. And they were running over all that stuff. They didn't know where they were. And they had to go and figure them all out. They now know where they are. And they're containing them. But they're not going to move until they're sure that they've got the majority of they've already got the majority of their leadership. And these are groups that don't survive leaderless very long. And I think that was their primary worry coming out of January 6th.
Okay. I got this before, through my own mind and guides and whatnot. The DOJ and whatnot would prefer, because have the January 6th commission bring to light the information. Get it to as many people as they can about the truth. Try to change minds. Because I got the Four of Coins here on the bottom and the Empress. That's the overall energy I'm looking at. So this is a smaller tree. So this is a committee. This is the Empress, the love, bringing out the goodness, the creativity, everything out. So that's why, and it's just reaffirming that. So we haven't, and that's next to, in the throw of the current is the Emperor, Empress, Seven of Coins, creating the path of the authoritarianism in a loving way, in a proper way. So I'm sensing here with that is that they just wanted, as I got before, to bring out their good stuff prior to change hearts and minds a little bit. They wanted the committee to go first. And it's going to all come out after the fact. Hierophant, Star, King of Swords, and Release of Burdens. This is all coming out after. This is my end. This is the conclusion. The DOJ within our government is bringing the hammer down after this. That's what this is. That's my full spread on that one. And I also had So that was the ending. But moving forward, I had the King of Coins, Strength, and Four of Swords. Strength to me means like the laws, everything you put
Mhm.
together. Here's the former guy. Everything's good. They're just waiting.
Mhm.
Former guy, everything's good. Strength on all this mess, waiting. And then my outcome cards is they're bringing the hammer. So
Yeah.
I like that.
All right. You ready?
Yep.
Quite the little spread here. All right. I got, this is the gift. This is all the information, right?
Mhm.
And then I get the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups can be a little weird. Sometimes she can be a little bit like, she doesn't really see things. She sees things, she sort of sees them. So, this could be like the illusionary head of the country. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, I never thought it could be like that. I never really thought that it really happened, even though they see it in black and white. And then there's going to be people that really feel left out in the cold. There's going to be a segment of the population that's going to really feel like left out in the cold, sort of leaderless in a way, right?
Mhm.
And the world is watching, so this has international consequences.
Right.
And they're doing what they have to do. They're going to use this as like a 2x4, right? And
Mhm.
it leads to the destruction of a institution. They're very concerned. They're deeply, completely, and utterly concerned. However, they are and they have to move forward. I get the truth that can't be unseen. I get this real burden. I get people changing their minds,
Mhm.
right? I get like either jail or like a confinement,
Mhm.
and I get the country having to rebuild. That's what I get.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be a long, ugly road, and it's going to really, it's going to shift. It's going to be the tower. It's the tower. It's the tower.
Yeah. I think that hermit card kind of represents, looking within, taking our time, do things right, because we got a crazy environment right now.
Yeah.
Right. And thank you, Ian, for your 10 pounds. I don't know how that translates into dollars, but I'm sure we'll figure it out.
£10 is, I think it's more than $10.
But bless you anyway, Ian. Always a
Mhm.
blessing to have you here.
Yes, thank you, Ian.
Your intuitiveness and comedic posts.
Do you know where Ian's from in England? If it's English pounds?
I thought it was Scotland, maybe. Can't remember.
Well, that's a very Scottish name.
$14. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, thank you, Ian.
That's my birthday day, the 14th. So I like that.
Mhm.
Oh, stop. Now you're making it all confusing. 10 pounds is 1203. Hey, Ian from Scotland. Scottish.
Okay.
So, yeah, there was something I got the other day because people were talking about comparisons to 45 to Nixon.
Mhm.
I was kind of getting the sense like Nixon is a speeding ticket compared to what happened now. It isn't even close. This is so bad. Things they've done in the government. You had the PPE being stolen.
Mhm.
He had a quid pro quo with other governments, secrets, talking to Putin in secret. What they did in the IRS, $680 million that Jared and Ivanka made.
Mhm.
The inauguration committee, $750,000 fine. On. This isn't even close to Nixon trying to stay in power. Yep, stocks the vaccine, stock manipulation or stock buyouts and all this stuff. Just crazy. Oh, Zach wants to go back to Miss Lindsay.
Okay, but it's 3 questions.
I guess take one at a time.
I'll start with jail time.
Miss Lindsay. Miss Ladybugs? What's going on? You blackmailed. What's your outcome?
Yeah. Okay, so that one's out. Okay.
Oh my goodness, that was not the answer I was expecting. I think he thinks no because he thinks he's part of the power structure. They can't touch him. But the Knight of it's Wands. The Knight of Wands is riding towards him. He's going to have some deep spiritual regrets, and it's going to be a woman that takes him down and puts him in jail.
Okay.
I got a woman too.
Good.
Woman takes them all down. I have no men here. It could also mean he's a ladybugs.
Well,
Miss Lady G. Yeah. I think he has to go from office because of Georgia.
mm-hmm.
I'm not seeing prison with my throw, but I'm getting the ending of his professional career.
I don't see a long jail term, but I see they're going to incarcerate him somehow.
It's all. I think Fani Willis is taking him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Queen of Wands, Queen of Coins. Queen of Coins could be the money or whatever was paid. Found out some secrets. What he did within the realm of everything, but
Mm-hmm.
I see some celebrations from. I got a 10 of Swords coming down on him with the Judgment, Strength, and 3 of Cups. People are celebrating with the quality of information and what came down with him. Judgment, I see him leaving Congress. It could be a deal, probation, or whatever, but then I have death of his ending of his term in the Senate. He's gonna regret.
Oh
He's
yeah.
gonna regret his deal with the devil.
Yo también.
Mm-hmm.
I get death. I get the world to end. I get death.
Mm-hmm.
And then does he regret his involvement? Yeah. Because this is like the dynasty, Trump.
Mm-hmm.
That's where he planted his seeds, and he was living in an illusion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got the illusion card too.
If only would have just said no. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is the goods you got on me. I'm just going to tell the truth. If he would have just told the truth in the beginning.
He didn't even look before he leaped. He just leapt and went out there into it. Yeah, he totally regrets it. And he's going to lose everything over it. That's my transition card, which is death in the traditional. So, he be gone.
Okay.
You want to know if he was really being blackmailed?
Yeah, I could look at that quick, I guess.
Okay.
Blackmail.
Yeah, I'm going to throw that separately. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like the question.
All right, let's try this.
He just jumped off the cliff and took the hit.
Oh.
I
could do this and one more, and then I gotta.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm only gonna do one more too. I gotta go move into.
I see that he was not being blackmailed. That he thought I'm hitching my wagon to the winning star, because Lindsay's always attached himself to other politicians, like he was McCain's big buddy and stuff. So I think it's just his weakness. I'm going to attach myself to this. I I don't think he got caught in a Polaroid plot or anything.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I don't know. The Kipper's kind of saying there was some kind of blackmail. Because I got some attachment to a false person,
Mm-hmm.
and then a privileged lady. It could be prostitutes or something like that. And then I got a worry with occupation, courthouse, and a journey. So he was worried about some backlash. It could
Mhm.
lead to court. It may be illegal type stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think he was worried about his occupation as he is in the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
They would have a different journey and lead to court or some kind of indictments or whatever if the information that 45 had of him. So I think he was blackmailed.
Okay.
That was what the Kipper's saying anyway. It has something to do with a lady and a false person, so he would have got trapped by something with those two. Yeah, that's what the Kipper's showing me.
Yeah, I get money,
Mm-hmm.
being trapped, authority over him, and disappointment. So yeah, I would say yes. They had something.
Thank
Oh,
you, Rose.
thank you, Michelle Mabella. What the heck? Okay, last one. Let's hit up on the J.
Ugh.
What's gonna happen to that man? Is he finally gonna get out of that office?
I think also something.
They want to know if he's going to be out by October, right? Or,
Yeah, November election, whatever. You know he's going. Just like everyone was rating on Boris. He was going at some point.
Right, it just took longer than we thought.
Yeah. And then there was uprising in Sri Lanka.
mm-hmm.
Their presidents are being ousted, resigning. So
There's going to be a lot
whole circle coming on of.
Yeah, we're going to see more of that because there are a lot of countries that are like this close to going broke.
We got
This
chaos in
international
Brazil too.
Yep.
Okay. Sure.
What I got is yes and no. I had, is he going to be out by October? I'll put down November and see if that's more helpful to the con, because it says yes and no. I think they cut him off from doing a lot of the really crazy stuff he was doing, but I don't understand why they haven't voted a new person in. Okay, I got he's going to be gone by November.
Yeah. Let's see.
We're going to know it in October, but he won't be completely, his ability to make changes won't be completely gone till November. And he set up a lot of stuff that they have to go undo.
Yeah.
Like ordering gas vehicles for the post office when they want to go to electric,
Yeah, I mean, I get really bad cards here.
Yeah, I got bad cards too.
Super bad. He's being stifled.
Mm-hmm.
Cut him down. They're going to knock him over the head. His fortune is changing.
Mm-hmm.
Justice, it's like.
Yeah.
I don't
think he's comfortable. I think he's just trying to wreak as much havoc as he can on the way out the door, but I think they're fighting him.
Yeah, I got the energy coming in. I got the moon coming up. That's on my October card.
Mm-hmm.
The moon coming up with October.
Mm-hmm.
Here's removal.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the military card, taking actions with the Knight of
Mm-hmm.
Swords. And then the post office here being united. I always have a building in there. So here's the post office being united, balanced off. The overall energy is the Chariot and the Ace of Wands. So yes, he will be removed.
Yeah.
It just, some reason, it just takes time to get the right person talking, get everyone united, and just some kind of lack of energy or infighting within the board, the postal
Yeah.
board. There's not quite alignment with the board. Maybe they're waiting for some kind of investigation with that Knight of Swords dropping.
Mm-hmm.
Something to give clarity to a situation. Maybe he hid, documents or something to try to prove that he's actually, you can do things in public and criminality, but you need the proof of backing up. It could be something like that. But it feels like they need to be united, but it comes together. It looks like just before November election, according to my throw.
Right.
Well, I got the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is a 10, so it could also be October.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. 10, 10, 10. We kind of like that Wheel of Fortune, don't we, Jeffrey?
Yeah.
I got to get back and look at that.
Okay.
I was kind of busy yesterday. I missed who posted what.
I've got a card for ending the show. Is that
Go
okay?
for it.
Everybody asleep. It's a camellia, and it means peace. And the message from the camellia is be calm, and calm will come. So don't freak out over every little rumor or whatever you run into.
Bye, Linda.
Seek peace inside yourself. That's the last flower from the garden today.
I kind of feel, Anne, once everything plays out, he's removed, and then there'll be an investigation of what was actual criminal inside. It's kind of like you got to get rid of the man first.
Mm-hmm.
I heard rumors that the lead board member is kind of a middle of the road Trumper. He might be delaying things. The guy who's, the board leader.
Well, there's one person that they just replaced with a woman. He got a whole lot of money from DeJoy's company.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Of the day or the week.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
Well, strength.
Yeah, and so to me, there's a lot of meanings to this card, but to me, this is really like the divine feminine spirit really guiding and encouraging you to use your power in a productive, fruitful, courageous, but focused way.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much what I get from it. It's one of my favorite cards. It's a great card.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great card. And it could easily be the card of July.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, as far as the postal guy, it's all about the board.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the president.
Yeah, it's very far removed from the president because they didn't want political manipulation, so they opened it up to putting that little jerk in charge.
So, according to my oracle, I grabbed 2 cards, top and bottom.
Mm-hmm.
There must be some odd energy out there in the universe right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's all talking about using light and the earth to ground your energy and heal.
That's right.
So, yeah, light and Reiki healing, and then using the ground. So 2 cards of healing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you're off, got some bad energy, moon, whatever it may be, focus and use the earth to ground yourself.
Yeah.
I love that card there. It's like you're holding the earth in the palm of your hand and you accept it all in.
Yeah, it's super important.
I remember one time I had some negative energy affecting me one morning, and I stopped at like a truck stop, and I found a tree, and I hugged that tree and let that tree take it all, and I felt so much better.
Yep.
Because there's something going on weird. I just felt off and weird and lack of energy, and something was going on, and I just hugged the tree and let it go.
On the 31st of July, Uranus and Mars are conjunct with the North Node. And if you think about the power that are in those two planets, and Uranus is always the wild card, so you never know what's going to happen. So the end of this month, there's going to be something, we're going to really feel it. And I think we feel that energy building up, but I think it's going to be positive.
Woo woo. So anyway, I'm supposed to go umpire at umpire softball since I'm not playing this year at my hometown festival, so I gotta get moving.
Okay.
Jeffrey's got something going on. Nancy's got something going on. Blessings on this beautiful Sunday.
Blessings.
And thank you for joining us. Bless you for those who donated and everyone else. Love and light.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.